meeting is being held in accordance with the Sunshine Law, notice having been published according to law with a copy on file in the city clerk's office and a copy posted on the bulletin board in City Hall. Deputy Mayor Canestrino? Here. Councilman Sims is absent. And Councilwoman Greenman?
Here.
Mayor LaBrus?
Here. Okay, the reason Mr. Battaglia is not here, because he's had major surgery, broke his ankle, and Mr. Sims has a personal issue to attend to. His father's ill and in the hospital, otherwise they would be here.
Can't hear you.
I'm sorry. Let me start that over. Sorry about that, folks. I turned it off before. Mr. Battaglia is out with he's mending a broken leg, and Mr. Sims' father is in intensive care and in Holy Name Hospital. He's been very ill, and so if everybody could say a prayer for him tonight, that would be of help. Thank you. Could everybody please rise for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes for October 21st and October 22nd of 2013?
I'll offer.
Offered.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye. Okay. Before we go into the city manager's report, we obviously know why a lot of people are here tonight. We're going to bring this in matter of the public good and get, so everybody, in case anybody does want to stay through this whole meeting, we're going to take care of business first. Business at hand right now is about Mr. James Brady. I understand he was here before. I think you were. How are you, Mr. Brady? Thanks for coming tonight. Anybody who has any issues or wants to speak about what has turned into a very hot subject, I would appreciate you coming up now to the podium and give the clerk your name and address. Do I need a motion open to the public for this? Yeah. At this time, I'd like a motion to open to the public, please.
I'll offer.
Offered.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye. Okay. Mr. Brady, how are you?
Good, sir. James Brady, 120 Firefly Road, Hackensack.
Good to see you.
I prepared some remarks, but what I'd really like to do is more or less have a conversation with the council rather than be accusatory or anything. I brought back the proclamation. I'm not going to throw it back at you. I appreciated receiving this. It was done in good faith on all our parts. It's something where I didn't really think that. I really wanted to keep this kind of a low-key type of thing. I figured I'd just walk into the police station, collect the money, and be done with it. I was prevailed upon to go public with it. And I think one of the reasons why we wanted to go public with it was that because we've had some issues in town about the homeless and the way they've been treated or not treated. And I think we wanted to show an example of, well, you know, the homeless and criminal are not synonyms, and I think what the main point we were trying to get across to everybody was that if we could put somebody up as an example of somebody who had done something well, maybe the conversation would change. I think it has changed to somewhat. I don't know if everyone agree with me, but I mean, that's been my general impression. And I mean, when we were going through what I would have called the broken window theory crackdown, or the quality of life initiative, no matter how you'd want to describe it with the police director Mordega here, is that we had some issues with what he was doing, and we want to be able to engage the council and Director Mordega and others as to what was actually going on. I mean, I have no problem with you cracking down on the homeless when they're doing something wrong. But when they're not doing something wrong, I mean, they should be treated with the same respect that we'd give to any other citizen. And I think that message got through. I'm not sure. Maybe there's some more speaking or talking that needs to be done. But getting back down to my coming forward, it was one of those things that was kind of funny because on the 16th, I had gone down to police headquarters and I had arranged to pick up the money on the 18th. And as I said, I was just going to try and do it under the radar. It didn't turn out that way. Hanana Deli from the record had me in their tickler file. Mike Ordega had me in his tickler file. The city manager had me in a tickler file. And I kind of like to relate the conversation that Mr. Mordega and I had. He wasn't aware that I'd arranged to pick up the money on the Friday, and he wanted me to come in Tuesday for the proclamation and to receive the money. And apologies to Director Mordega, Councilman Sims, the police commissioner, and the force, but I wanted my hands on the money first. So, I mean, I was a little bit adamant about that. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this in public, but I finally agreed between everybody calling me and telling me this would be a good thing to do. And we had Hanana Deli there when I received the money, and we had her here again when we had the proclamation presentation. And one of the things that Mike Mordega was trying to tell me was that, you know, come in, let's do it all at the city council meeting. And I was trying to get it done on a Friday. But we all agreed that, you know, we had a workable plan. I finally agreed to show up. And I basically told him, look, you know, I'll come to the meeting. The mayor can get any freaking thing he wants to give me. As long as I get the money on Monday, I'm cool with this. And I'm probably cleaning up my language a little bit, but I think I'd like to gather my thoughts a little bit here, but pretty much what I've seen in the time that I've been here is that it's kind of tough being homeless. We've got some issues about the shelter and whether or not there are criminal elements within the homeless, whether there aren't, etc. I've tried to do my best to kind of be a bridge. I know I can call Mike Mordega if I want and speak with him. He's given me that. Councilman Sims has done the same. I'm just trying to advocate for the homeless here. And what I found is that the social services in Hackensack sometimes work at odds with what other people are trying to accomplish. And I think that's what's happened in my case inadvertently. But I've heard enough times that I just wanted to bring it to the council's attention that sometimes we're working at cross purposes here. I mean, what I had found was I had to transfer my benefits over to the Hackensack Social Services from Bergen County. Was I came in on October 7th, gave them all the basics that I needed to do. They gave me a list of more things to bring in, and they set up an appointment for November 1st. I had some apprehension about that because my benefits were running out October 31st. Having a meeting on November 1st, if there's any more paperwork that would have been required, my benefits would have been in limbo. And I wasn't really terribly comfortable with that, but I also wasn't comfortable with the way that we dealt with this issue of the $850. And if I had taken Mike Mordega's advice to come in here on Tuesday, when we had the proclamation presentation, I would have had till November 1st to have 10 days to report. Now, I'm not telling you I would have reported the money, because as far as I'm concerned, it's a gift from God. It's not income. I mean, I understand that I have to report income. I have to report lottery winnings or whatever for the GA. I didn't see it that way, and I'm told that I'm in error. I guess we'll still be exploring that. But what I found particularly annoying about it was that the social services people already knew from the record article that Hanana Deli had printed up, and they had included in their file on me, was that they already knew about the $850. It's not like I was trying to hide it. I just didn't think I needed to report it. And I think that had this worked out differently, the social service people might have called me in earlier, you know, what's this all about? And I would have been within the reporting deadline that would have made me aware that this is reportable income. I mean, mea culpa on me if I made a mistake, but I mean, I think it could have been handled in a more compassionate fashion. And what I'm looking now at is that I don't want to tell you what you need to do, but I would like you to be a little bit more cognizant of the needs of the homeless. From what I've seen in the past, people have come to social services in Hackensack after being at the shelter, going to the Bergen County Social Services Department. They get their general assistant, which for most people is $140 a month. They get set up for food stamps. If they qualify, they get transitional rental assistance, and they're given the opportunity to find something. Now, they don't give them a lot. It's maybe $600 or $700, but one of the places that they can come to for that kind of money is Hackensack. And they go to the Social Services Board, and they have to resubmit, as I had to do, a completely new application. You can't just transfer from one thing or another. It's not like moving and telling the DMV, I've got a new address. It would be as if you had to reapply for your driver's license every time you moved. And some of the people that have been bootstrapped up, if you will, you know, they're out of the shelter, they've got a minimal income, they've got food stamps, they've got a place to live, and they're trying to put their lives back together, maybe find a job, maybe find additional help, whatever, get the legs cut out from under again. So if you could find some way that we could all work together a little bit better, that would be appreciated. And if you have any questions for me, I'd be more than happy.
I have no questions, and I'll make some comments. I know other people want to speak, so I'll let myself and the council will comment afterwards. But I appreciate you coming up here, and I want to apologize for, not for the way things happened, just that this happened. I know you're a pretty private guy from what I've heard, and to be thrown into the limelight like this, I mean, it's, you know, my biggest concern when I'm asked by the reporters is not so much how are we going to resolve your situation, but how are you doing with all this? Because I know it's got to be a lot of pressure, and pressure can be hard sometimes.
Yeah.
So
I think you're probably under the same pressures that I am.
yeah, well,
This shouldn't have happened. It really shouldn't have.
I agree with you on that.
And I don't blame the city council or the mayor or
Well, we're not. Our goal is to just move forward and get this fixed, and that's what I want to see happen.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Brady. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor and Council, Manager, Mr. Scrivo, Clerk. My name is Jeannie Barata, and I'm Bergen County Executive Kathleen Donovan's Chief of Staff. I'll give my address. It's 1202 Fairlawn Avenue in Fairlawn, New Jersey. I'm here on behalf of the County Executive, and I thank you for acknowledging me first here. When we learned of this situation through our homeless shelter, we spoke with the homeless shelter to see how we can deal with this. The county executive asked me to reach out to the governor's office, and I did that this afternoon. And we received a call back within 10 minutes from the commissioner of the New Jersey Department of Human Services, Jennifer Velez. She's aware of the situation. She knows about Mr. Brady's timeline and with his benefits and what happened. And I know that this council is not at fault. And your Human Services Department really is not on fault, because everything was done by the book and the way it should have been. Could it have been handled a little bit better? Absolutely. But no one really, by the letter of the law, is at fault in this situation. But in speaking with Jennifer Velez, she wanted me to convey to you tonight that the governor's office is aware of this, and that the Department of Human Services will do whatever they can to rectify this situation for Mr. Brady. They're very much aware of it, as you can see from all the media attention that it's gotten. And what we need to do is when someone receives, whether it's a gift, found money, whatever it is income. And Mr. Brady has to report that. There's procedures to go through with that we're going to go through with him to fix it so he doesn't have a gap in his services. And the state will help him. He's got housing now, but they were willing to help him with that. They'll help him rectify this situation to get the records right so he can get his Medicaid, he can get his benefits, and then we can fix this. So I wanted to come here this evening and let you know that the state is going to help on this, and it's no fault of the city council. I thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you very
coming.
much.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Karen Cohn. I'm a 21-year retired employee of the City of Hackensack, Department of Human Services. During my 21 years, the agency carried out the rules and regulations of the New Jersey State Department of Human Services with professionalism, compassion, and fairness. Mrs. Toomey runs a strict office for the simple reason that when you go to the county every 6 months, they don't know what their clients are doing. They don't provide as much paperwork as we require because we're looking so there's no fraud. And by us asking the applicants to produce the paperwork and they don't return with it, well, that tells us something. Every year during Thanksgiving and Christmas, we used to give out baskets to our clients and to the needy residents of Hackensack. And as Mr. Doplin's editorial in the Bergen Record states, and I quote, "Local government, unlike county government, state government, is run by people who never lose sight that they are paid to provide service to the community." So I enjoyed my job immensely. I met homeless people, all kinds of people, and we tried to help them. You can only lead a horse to water. You can't make them drink it.
Thank you. Next, please.
Hello, my name is, sorry. My name is Stephanie Padone, 85 Ross Avenue, Hackensack, New Jersey. I've been a resident here for 30 years. I've also known Mrs. Toomey for 30 years. I congratulate Mr. Brody, who I just happened to see for the first time today, on his honesty. I think it's a wonderful thing that we have people that are honest in this world and do the right thing and step up to the plate when they have to. However, what has been going on in the newspaper, on the internet, on the blogs, against a woman who has devoted 38 years of her life to the city of Hackensack, who came here from Italy when she was 12 years old, and from that point on went to school here and got a job here and did such a wonderful job. She's compassionate, she's loving, she takes care of a handicapped sister-in-law, she takes care of and helps me with my handicapped daughter. There is nobody more compassionate than Mrs. Toomey. So if she went by the books, and according to the books, she did the right thing, the rest of Hackensack and the rest of the county and the city and the state should not be chastising someone like Mrs. Toomey. So on behalf of our friendship, on behalf of Hackensack, because I do enjoy living here, I know that she does her job as best she could. And I think that if we bend the rules, then the policemen should be able to bend their rules. Everybody would be bending their rules. We wouldn't need the guidelines that we have. So I'm hoping that all the negativity goes away. I'm hoping that it can be resolved in a fashion that everybody is satisfied. But I think the negativity and the bullying and the things that are being said about Mrs. Toomey, they need to be addressed. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, please.
Hi, I'm Nancy Woister. I work for the city of Hackensack. I live in Paramus, New Jersey. I just wanted a chance to speak out on behalf of Mrs. Toomey. Agatha celebrated 38 years of employment with the city of Hackensack on November 4th of this year. She started her career with the city as a secretary and worked her way up to welfare investigator and finally director of human services. Throughout her entire tenure there, she held an unblemished record. Agatha is a hard worker, devoting her time and always there when someone needed assistance. She never turned anyone down who needed her help. She is there for everyone. For 38 years, she worked in the same office with no windows to see the outside world throughout the day. For 38 years, she has heard depressing and heartbreaking stories of her clients, seen and helped people who were homeless, alcoholics, drug addicted, single parents without a roof over their heads, over their children, and the disabled. During the winter months and throughout the year, she collected clothing, food, and resources for the needy within the community, packed food baskets during the holiday, and even spent all night baking pies for meals for the homeless during the holidays. Now Mrs. Toomey is being viewed as heartless, all because she did not pick and choose what guidelines she wanted to follow. She is fair with all her clients. She follows the rules so as not to disparage one person over another. These laws were not decided by Agatha. They were put in place by the state so as not to leave it up to the discretion of one individual. Had she not done the proper thing, she would be viewed as biased and breaking state guidelines. In other words, not doing her job. What's really criminal about this is that after all these years of dedicated service, not one person from the mayor and council and her superiors came to her defense. Not one. Instead, they critiqued her in the media, making her look inhumane. Not one person could say Mrs. Toomey was just trying to do her job and be fair to the citizens and our taxpayers. Agatha never abused the system. She never took time that wasn't earned. She stayed within budget year after year. She showed up for work daily, usually working well beyond her work hours, was an on-call employee all these years. She's not political, nor does she have an agenda. She has a job to do and does it to perfection. On a personal note, Agatha is one of the most caring, loving people I know. Agatha has a heart of gold. She never lies. She can't. So much so, I often tease her and call her Saint Agatha. When anyone's ill, she's there to help a friend, family member, or anyone in need. She forgoes her own needs to make others happy. It breaks my heart to see the news media being fed information that insinuates her as being cold-hearted. They couldn't be further from the truth. In closing, I hope anyone who knows Mrs. Toomey will continue to support her and realize what is said in the media is a bunch of lies made to sell papers. I hope people come to realize that the fault does not lie with Agatha, but with the state guidelines, and will direct their discontent with the system to the proper channels. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am?
Mildred Dodson, good evening. I would just like to speak from a single parent of 3 children that was once in the system. And if you don't know the rules and regulations of the system, then you could get caught up in the same hoopla that's going on now. The only thing that I can say that happened was that when he decided to take the money into the police department and to turn it in. Now, whether if he wanted to be viewed as an honest person and have someone to look at him as being the most honest person I have ever seen, to pick up an envelope with no name, no address, just $850, and to turn it into the police station, then to be ridiculed because he loses his home application or whatever. But standing here as a single parent, if that had been me and I did the same thing, my food stamps would have been taken away, my housing would have been taken away, and it would have been left for me to fend for me and my 3 children. The rules and regulations goes as well as you cannot have $850, you cannot have $500, you cannot have $300, and these rules wasn't made for him. These rules was made for everybody because my oldest son is 45 years old. So that's how long ago the rules were made. It wasn't any one person's fault at what happened here. The biggest fault was when he took the money to the police station, and then it just spiraled out of the place. And no one told him that you're not allowed to have that $850. And he didn't know. So not knowing, he suffered. So I'm pretty sure that after last month and this month, that something is going to be put into place for him that he would not become homeless. But it's just the law. It's the rules that were set up for everybody, not just one person. And we all have to abide by the rules.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none? Comments from the council? Mrs. Canestrino?
Sure. First, I'd like to say, I'm sorry to Mr. Brady that you had to go through this experience. I'm sure when you picked up that envelope with $850 and turned it into the police station, you never in your wildest dreams imagined that you'd be going through this experience that you've gone through. So for that, I am sorry. But we have to understand this truly was an anomaly. And it doesn't, I guess, say much today for our society that there aren't a lot of people that would find an envelope of $850 and turn it into the police station. So for doing such a deed, you surfaced to the top, and it became something that was an inspiration throughout the community, whether you had been a homeless individual or not a homeless individual. It was an inspiration that you found a large sum of money and you turned it in. And for such, you got acknowledgement, and here you are today. I also feel sorry for Ms. Toomey because I think she was in a difficult position. I do believe in my heart that Ms. Toomey thought she was doing and believed with all her heart that she was doing the right thing and following the letter of the law. But in life, there's always extenuating circumstances. And I strongly believe that there was an extenuating circumstance here. And it could have been taken into consideration at that point, and perhaps this would have been a more, the situation, we would not be here today. It would have been a smoother transition. I'm very happy to hear that the county has interceded on the behalf of Mr. Brady, and that I'm confident that we're moving forward towards rectifying this and coming up with a good solution, and I look forward to being able to announce that. Thanks.
Councilwoman Greenman.
Okay. Let me start with philosophical question or philosophical statement. Societies are judged by the way they treat the most weakest or the weakest members of their society. So the way we treat people like Mr. Brady, or other homeless, or people in the situations where they cannot help themselves, that's how the society should be judged. In this instance, we treated you poorly, and I'm so sorry, Mr. Brady, that you were treated poorly. I see that the work of social services is not only to help you, but also to advise you. And you should have been advised upon receiving this money that the chances are that you might lose your benefits. Somebody had to tell you that. You had to be aware. The money had to be treated differently. And so I'm sorry that nobody did. And if there is a fault with the system, that's one of the faults. People have to be aware. You were not aware. I don't think you meant not to tell anyone about it. You did not know. And Mrs. Toomey was aware of it because she had an article from a newspaper in her file, knowing well that you had received the money, and I believe she was there. Mr. Toomey was for sure here when you had received the commendation from the council. So, unfortunately, the situation had occurred. The next point I'd like to make, that, you know, there were speeches about the law. And of course, there is the letter of the law and there is the spirit of the law. In this particular instance, the spirit was broken. I'm so sorry. Thank you.
The key word for me here is the system. I said from the very beginning that this was a flaw in the system. Things like this shouldn't be able to happen. Ms. Greenman brings up a good point. You know, if someone had reached out, if we were able to advise give some advice on what would happen having taken this money or getting this money, what would happen to him. It certainly could have changed some things. Mrs. Toomey's reputation, I have nothing but the utmost respect. I worked on the board for 4 years with Mrs. Toomey. To me, what Ms. Worcester said was all true. She's a very dedicated employee. The woman who spoke before, and Ms. Padone also, have known Ms. Toomey for a long time. Have the utmost respect. This situation should have never happened, though. The system itself should have something in place that throws up a red flag when something like this happens. So a person like Mr. Brady doesn't get stuck in this situation. People in Mr. Brady's situation shouldn't have to go through this. They've already gone through enough. And again, I apologize to you, Mr. Brady, for this happening. And like Ms. Greenman said, there's the spirit of the law and there's the law. And the spirit here took a shot. The spirit of the law is meant when sometimes there's a law there. The spirit of the law sometimes can override the law in certain instances. And I certainly think this one cried out to be looked at. The quality of service. Quality of service in our department, I think, is very good. I mean, the woman brought up a point about the quality of service, and some of the things, there's been issues where we're talking, you're in discussions on our human services, and some of these issues have been brought up and brought up to the county, and that's, very important, because we really care about what happens to the people that are in this system. So again, Mr. Brady, sorry this happened, and hopefully we get this back on track. Hopefully tomorrow the governor's office can come to some resolve on this. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Okay.
You have to close the public portion. You have to close the public portion.
Yes, I need a motion to close the public portion so we can get on with the meeting.
Offered?
Offered.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Maybe we should give them a minute to just.
Yes, let's take, we're gonna take a 5-minute recess, folks.
To let folks leave.
Just
that
let
wanna
folks leave.
Who wants to speak to get
Thank you, Mayor. Couple of things. In light of the number one issue, in light of the incident at the Garden State Plaza about a week or so ago, I asked to meet with Director Mordaga and the Director of Security at the shops at Riverside. So we met on Friday, and really it was just to make sure that the communications lines were as open as they should be, just in case, God forbid, we should have an issue here in this community. And they were. They and I won't go into detail, but they tightened up a couple of things to make some subtle improvements. But really, there's a good line of communication between our police department and the security people there. And just in case of a major incident, there's a plan in place. Incident command is already set up for something like that. So, and there were some lessons to be learned by the way the incident at the Garden State Plaza went down. So, but we can rest assured that we're as prepared as we could be for something like that. On a much lighter note, our annual, and I hope some of the press, the press is still here, our annual senior event, Novemberfest, will be held on November 26th at the M&M building. Our recreation department does a pretty good job of getting the word out to all the senior groups and as many homebound seniors as possible. But if anybody is interested and has not been contacted by recreation, they can contact either the recreation department or my office, and we'll give them whatever information. It's a free event for seniors.
Is that up on the website also, Steve?
It's on the website, yes it is. So that'll be November 26th at noontime at the M&M building. Also, the tree lighting, the annual tree lighting has been scheduled for December the 2nd at 5:30. We'll have, the annual program for the young the youngsters there, Santa Claus. There'll be a couple of numbers by the company that's performing the Christmas play at the Cultural Arts Center. That usually is a pretty big event. Also is usually on the coldest night of the year, so bundle up. But December 2nd, 5:30 will be our annual tree lighting. Reverend Bill Van Usen from the Summit Church contacted me today. The Summit Church, in conjunction with some other parishes, some other churches, has set up what they consider to be a pretty major relief fund for the victims of the typhoon in the Philippines. So he asked, and I've done it. There's all the information about it on the website. They're looking for the usual, donations of clothing, food, water, whatever, support. We have information on the website. We have information on Channel 77. It's also posted, I believe. But again, we want to get the word out and try to help them in whatever they can do. And lastly, as a report essentially to you, the governing body, on the Human Services Department, you had decided to move forward with the closure of the department. I've been meeting with the attorney on that matter, and today, part of the process is you need to file a plan for such a closure with civil service. That was done earlier today. The plan was finalized after a meeting with the bargaining unit there. And I believe that now the clock will start ticking. I'll get some kind of a response from civil service, and the process will continue on that matter.
Okay.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, let's move on to the ordinances.
Resolution number 440-13, introduction of ordinance number 22, 2013, an ordinance fixing and determining municipal class position titles and salary ranges for certain non-contractual officers and employees of the City of Hackensack. Be it resolved that the above ordinance, being ordinance 22-2013, is introduced, does now pass on first reading, and that said ordinance shall be considered for final passage at a meeting to be held on November 25th, 2013 at 8:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter, as the matter can be reached at the regular meeting place of the City Council, and at such time and place all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance, and that the city clerk be and she is hereby authorized and directed to publish said ordinance according to law with a notice of its introduction and passage on first reading, and of the time and place when and where said ordinance be further considered for final passage.
Okay. Need a motion, please?
I'll offer.
I second.
Roll call?
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 441-13, introduction of ordinance number 23, 2013, an ordinance repealing Chapter 107.30.1, Section A, entitled Governmental Records, enacted by ordinance number 10, 2010, and amending Part 2, entitled General Legislation of the City of Hackensack Municipal Code, to add new Chapter 177, entitled Public Records. Be it resolved that the above ordinance, being ordinance 23, 2013, as introduced, does now pass on first reading, and that said ordinance shall be considered for final passage at a meeting to be held on November 25th, 2013 at 8:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter as the matter can be reached at the regular meeting place of the City Council, and at such time and place all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance, and that the city clerk be and she is hereby authorized and directed to publish said ordinance according to law with a notice of its introduction and passage on first reading, and of the time and place when and where said ordinance be further considered for final passage.
May I have a motion, please?
Offered.
Second.
Roll call?
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 442-13, introduction of ordinance number 24, 2013, an ordinance amending Part 2 entitled General Legislation of the City of Hackensack Municipal Code to repeal and replace Chapter 176 entitled Regulation of News Racks. Be it resolved that the above ordinance, being ordinance 24, 2013, as introduced, does now pass on first reading, and that said ordinance shall be considered for final passage at a meeting to be held on November 25th, 2013 at 8:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter as the matter can be reached at the regular meeting place of the City Council, and at such time and place all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance, and that the city clerk be and she is hereby authorized and directed to publish said ordinance according to law with a notice of its introduction and passage on first reading and of the time and place when and where said ordinance will be further considered for final passage.
May I get a motion, please?
Offered.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 443-13, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack that the bills in the following accounts be and are hereby ordered paid. Current fund, $11,529,143.16. Grants, $1,247.58. Payroll, $1,533. I'm sorry, $1,539.16. Public parking system, $1,219. Capital, $3,227.57. Trust account, $55,440.95. Total expenditures, $13,149,674.31. Interfunds/transfers, $353,273.45.
May I get a motion to accept the bills, please?
Offer.
Seconded.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 444-13, whereas state statute provides that the Director of the Division of Local Government Services may approve the insertion of any special item of revenue in the budget of any county or municipality when such item shall have been made available by law and the amount was not determined at the time of the adoption of the budget. Now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Hackensack hereby requests the Director of the Division of Local Government Services to approve the insertion of an item of revenue in the budget of the calendar year 2013 in the sum of $56,444.19, which is now available from the 2011 recycling tonnage grant.
May I get a motion, please?
Offered.
Offered.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 445-13, whereas the governing body of the City of Hackensack has been advised that an emergency affecting the safety and welfare of the City of Hackensack and the general public did occur when Ladder 1 became inoperable and in need of emergency repairs, whereas the cost of the repairs is $6,312.55, which is fair and reasonable, whereas the Chief Financial Officer has certified that funds are available. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack that pursuant to state statute which authorizes the governing body to award contracts without public bidding in emergency situations, that the Borough of Paramus DPW 1 Jockish Square, Paramus, New Jersey be paid therefore.
May I have a motion, please?
Offered.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 446-13, whereas the City of Hackensack utilizes Bergen County Cooperative Pricing Council Contract 13-84 dated September 3rd, 2013 for snowplow replacement parts, whereas these purchases will not exceed $35,000 for 2013. Now therefore be it resolved that the Mayor and Council of the City of Hackensack authorize the City of Hackensack to make purchases under the Bergen County Cooperative Pricing Council Contracts 1384 for snow plow replacement parts.
May I have a motion, please?
Offer.
Seconded.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 447-13, whereas the Planning Board of the City of Hackensack adopted a housing element and fair share plan in November of 2010, whereas the housing plan element and fair share plan address the city's rehabilitation and prior cycle affordable housing obligations. Now therefore be it resolved that the governing body of the City of Hackensack hereby endorses the housing element and fair share plan as adopted by the Hackensack Planning Board, and be it further resolved that the governing body of the City of Hackensack requests that the Department of Community Affairs and/or COA accept the housing element and fair share plan of Hackensack as adopted by the Hackensack Planning Board in November of 2011 for filing without a petition requesting substantive certification.
May I have a motion, please?
I offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 448-13, whereas the City of Hackensack utilizes Bergen County Cooperative Pricing Council Contract 1382 dated August 7, 2013 for rock salt, whereas these purchases will not exceed $150,000 for 2013. Now therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council of the city of Hackensack authorize the city to make purchases under the Bergen County Cooperative Pricing Council contract for rock salt.
Have a motion, please.
Offered.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 449-13, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack that the proper officers be and are hereby authorized to make the following refund for the reasons stated. $100 is a refund from the Hackensack Building Department for a permit fee payable to Mr. Alex Terranova.
Offer.
Motion.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 450-13, resolution authorizing the issuance of requests for qualifications for professional services to the City of Hackensack. Whereas the City of Hackensack desires to appoint professionals and extraordinary unspecifiable service providers by a fair and open process pursuant to state statute, now therefore be it resolved that RFQs for the following professional services and extraordinary unspecifiable services are hereby authorized. Number 1, workers' compensation attorney. Number 2, insurance coverage attorney. Be it further resolved that the city clerk is directed to publish notice of the RFQs for the professional services and extraordinary unspecifiable services enumerated above in the Record or Star Ledger and on the city website with a prominent link on the home page of the city's website by November 15th. Be it further resolved that the city clerk or his or her designee shall publicly open and read aloud the submissions responding to the RFQs, including the name of the applicant and any other pertinent information on November 25th, 2013 at 10:00 a.m. in the council chambers at City Hall.
Have a motion, please.
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 451-13, whereas Thomas Jason Hart, street repairer, has requested a leave of absence without pay for 3 months, whereas the city manager has determined that this employee should be granted a leave of absence for 3 months commencing Wednesday, November 13th and ending on Sunday, February 16th, 2014. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council that Thomas Jason Hart be granted a leave of absence for 3 months without pay as requested.
May I have a motion, please?
Offered.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 452-13, whereas the governing body of the City of Hackensack has been advised that an emergency affecting the safety and welfare of the general public did occur when various motor vehicle accidents occurred and repairs were needed when the controllers on Passaic and Summit became inoperable, whereas the total cost of the repairs is $13,773.53, which is fair and reasonable, and Allen Brightway Electrical Contractors has supplied all materials and overhead for such, and whereas the Chief Financial Officer has certified that funds are available. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council that pursuant to state statute which authorizes the governing body to award contracts without public bidding in emergency situations, that Allen Brightway Electrical Contractors, Whippany, New Jersey be paid therefore.
Have a motion, please.
Offered.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution 453-13, whereas the governing body of the City of Hackensack finds and declares that state statute states in all cases where brush, weeds, including ragweed, dead and dying trees, stumps, roots, obnoxious growth, filth, garbage, trash, and debris are destroyed or removed from any dwelling or lands under any ordinance adopted pursuant to Section 1 of Public Law, and whereas state statute states in all cases where other plant life are cut from any lands within the limitations of Section 1 here under any such ordinance or by the direction of an officer of the municipality. Whereas the City of Hackensack has maintained the following properties by providing grass and lawn maintenance to the said properties, now therefore be it resolved by the governing body that the above charges are certified to the municipal tax collector and she is authorized to convert the above charges to become a lien upon such lands.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 454-13, Be it resolved that the following individuals are appointed as special law enforcement officers in the city of Hackensack for the period of January 1st, 2014 through December 31st, 2014.
May I have a motion, please?
Offered.
Second.
Roll call?
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 455-13, be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack that the proper officers be and are hereby authorized to make the following refunds for the reasons stated. The list begins with Block 67, Lot 20, and ends with Block 435, Lot 42, CO 304.
Okay, may I have a motion, please?
Offered.
Second.
Roll call?
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 456-13, whereas the governing body of the city of Hackensack has been advised that an emergency affecting the safety and welfare of the city and the general public did occur when police cars number 149, number 106, and number 110 became inoperable and in need of emergency repairs due to motor vehicle accidents, whereas the total cost of the repairs is $13,310, which is fair and reasonable, whereas the chief financial officer has certified the funds are available. Now therefore be it resolved by the city of Hackensack that pursuant to state statute which authorizes the governing body to award contracts without public bidding in emergency situations, that Bergen Brookside Auto Body, Hackensack, New Jersey be paid therefore.
May I have a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye. Sorry.
Resolution number 457-13, whereas Hudson Tire Exchange, Hackensack, New Jersey, has been awarded a New Jersey state contract for tires, whereas the city of Hackensack wishes to utilize this state contract, whereas the total purchase price is $5,563.10. Now therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council of the city of Hackensack authorizes the execution of this state contract for the purchase of tires with Hudson Tire Exchange, Hackensack, New Jersey.
May I have a motion, please?
Offered.
Second.
Roll call?
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 458-13, be it resolved that the attached is a listing of scheduled regular council meetings and committee of the whole meetings for 2014.
May I have a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call?
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 459-13, whereas the governing body of the city of Hackensack has been advised that an emergency affecting the safety and welfare of the city and the general public did occur when ladder number 1 became inoperable and in need of emergency repairs, whereas the cost of the repair is $4,956.20, which is fair and reasonable. Now therefore be it resolved by the city of Hackensack that pursuant to state statute which authorizes the governing body to award contracts without public bidding in emergency situations, that the borough of Paramus, New Jersey be paid therefore.
Motion, please?
Offered.
Second.
Roll call?
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 460-13 is the one that we voted on
Correct.
during the committee of the whole section.
461.
Resolution number 461-13, whereas permission is required of the Director of the Division of Local Government Services for approval as a dedication by rider of revenues received by a municipality when the revenue is not subject to reasonably accurate estimates in advance. Now therefore be it resolved by the governing body of the city of Hackensack that the governing body does hereby request permission of the Director of the Division of Local Government Services to pay expenditures of program contributions for Municipal Alliance on, I guess it should be the Municipal Alliance on Alcohol and Drug Abuse Program.
Have a motion, please?
Offered.
Second.
Roll call?
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 462-13, whereas 3 quotes were received for Life Pack defibrillators for the City of Hackensack Cultural Arts Center, Recreation Department, Anderson Street, the Johnson Public Library, City Hall 2nd floor, and the Department of Public Works 1st floor. Whereas the executive assistant advised the city manager that he had reviewed such quotations and found that the quote received from Physio Control Incorporated, Redmond, Washington, is reasonable and satisfactory. Now therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council of the city of Hackensack award the purchase of LifePak defibrillators from Physio Control Incorporated, Redmond, Washington, for the amount of $13,038.20.
May I have a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 463-13, resolution authorizing the planning board to review the proposed plan for the redevelopment of Lot C. Be it resolved, we don't want to read the whole thing. Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Hackensack that it hereby refers and requests that the planning board of the city review the proposed redevelopment plan for Lot C and issue a report pursuant to state statute which shall contain the planning board of the city's recommendation concerning the proposed redevelopment plan for Lot C, and shall include an identification of any provisions in the proposed redevelopment plan which are inconsistent with the master plan, and recommendations concerning any potential inconsistencies and other matters the planning board of the city of Hackensack deems appropriate.
May I have a motion, please?
Offered.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 464-13, whereas the governing body of the city has been advised that an emergency affected the safety and welfare of the citizens and the general public when Hurricane Irene and Hurricane Sandy damaged the Mercer Street pump station, whereas the total cost of the repairs was $10,009, which was a fair and reasonable quotation, whereas the chief financial officer has certified that funds are available. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council that pursuant to state statute which authorizes the governing body to award contract without benefit of public bidding in emergency situations, that the vendor Pumping Services, Middlesex, New Jersey, be paid therefore.
May I have a motion, please?
Offered.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
Resolution number 465-13, resolution of the City of Hackensack and the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, authorizing the planning board to undertake an investigation to determine whether a delineated area designated as Block 302, Lots 4, 5.01, 5.02, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, commonly known as 150-170 Main Street, satisfies the criteria for designation as an area in need of redevelopment. So, now therefore be it resolved by the City Council as follows. The planning board is hereby authorized and requested to undertake the investigation to determine whether the area of investigation constitutes an area in need of redevelopment according to the criteria set forth in state statute. DMR is hereby authorized to assist the planning board in the investigation of the area of investigation and to prepare a redevelopment plan of the area.
May I have a motion, please?
Offer.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye.
That's all I have in here.
Okay. This time I'd like to open the meeting to the public. May I have a motion, please?
Offered.
Second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Canestrino?
Aye.
Councilwoman Greenman?
Aye.
Mayor LaBrus?
Aye. Okay, anybody who'd like to speak, please come up to the podium. Give your name and address to the clerk. You have 5 minutes.